What's up? Dennis here, Analog Archives. How's everybody doing? Alright, I'm gonna do another episode of Unearthed from the Abyss. This one's gonna be on Death Metal Compilations from the 90's. I'll probably do another one on thrash. No, I will do another one on thrash, and then punk slash hardcore. So for me, compilations were huge. Back in the day, you couldn't just get on the internet and hear a bunch of different bands. So comps were super important in the scene. So you could hear a bunch of different bands and decide what you're going to spend your hard-earned cash on. But really fond memories of a lot of these compilations, and super important for the death metal scene, as well as thrash, hardcore, punk, all that shit. So before we get started, what we got spinning here, Necronomicon, Apocalyptic Nightmare. Just fucking ripping black and thrash out of Germany. If you like older destruction, this is your bag, man. So check those guys out if you haven't already. So let's get started off. I got a couple, it's mostly CDs, a couple of tapes, but we'll just get it going. First off, this is the Distorted Harmony compilation, and for some reason Carcass gets top billing on this. Distorted Harmony, I'm not sure where they were based out of, but they put out a bunch of 7 inches. So this has basically a bunch of their 7 inches from 90 or 89 to 2000. Carcass Live, Cenotaph, Tenebrous Apparitions, Carnage Live, 89, Traumatic, Morbid Act of Sadistic Rape Incision, Thou Shalt Suffer, Eternal Darkness, Shove Niggeroth, and that's it. But yeah, fucking killer shit. Awesome comp. This is from, I believe, 2000. They re-released it, I think, in 2011. But yeah, fucking just classic stuff on here. I mean, obviously it's just the 7 inches, but if you don't have all the 7 inches, it's a perfect place to get it. And it's not that expensive, I don't think. Maybe like 20 bucks. You can still pick that up, but good shit. This one, man, this is the Wardance comp. This had a bunch of bands from Sweden on it. Mainly like you're looking at Diabolical. I'm sorry, Nagelfar, Carnal Forge, Cryptopsy, Old School, Arch Enemy, Old In Flames, Armageddon, which I think was like that fucking dude from Carcass's band, and Arch Enemy. I don't remember his name, but I think that was his like band. In Thy Dreams, Dimension Zero, Eucharist, Arcane. A lot of somewhat melodic death metal, blackened melodic death metal. But yeah, man, I used to fucking jam this shit all the time. I think this came out in like 98 or something. So this was like new stuff at the time. But if you like that kind of stuff, man, I can't recommend this enough. I think Relapse picked this up. This was like released on Wrong Again Records, and then I think they were just like actually going out of business at the time. I don't know. But yeah, fucking awesome shit. Next up, Vociferous and Machiavellian Hate Look at that cover. Let's take this out. Oh, what is going on there? That's fucking awesome. Got the guillotine. We got some fucking demons. Classic Moyen art. Fuck, man, this is badass shit. We got Mythos, Expulsion, Mythical, and Unexpected. So a lot of bands from Finland and Sweden on here. Unexpected's from Holland. And then Mythical from Spain. Heavy, crushing death metal. Fucking badass fucking comp. Highly recommended. I think this was like on Evil Omen Records, which is I've never heard of besides this. I just like how they use the Beharit art there. Or maybe not. Maybe this was originally for Evil Omen, and Beharit, they ended up taking it. Who knows? Again, early 90s. Just classic, man. Glad to have this. This is actually, it's Evil Omen, but this Osmos distributed it. Crushing stuff, man. This is a really good one here. Now we're getting into the good shit. The Appointment with Fear. And this has so many good bands on it. Misanthrope, Corporal Phagist, Traumatic, Suppuration, Dictator, Massacre, Anguish, Transgressor, Grotesque, Sanitaph, Acheron, Shub-Niggurath, Macabre End, Ganks, Dead, Putrid Offal, and Extinction Cerebral. Again, this stuff's... Cyber was a Holland label. I don't know. I remember I have a few Cyber releases. But, again, all over the place. Misanthrope from France. It's got a pretty cool booklet in here. Traumatic from Sweden. Germany. We got Corporal Phagist, Suppuration from France. Dictator from Finland. Massacre from Colombia. Anguish. And a lot of this was a lot of songs from 7 Inches. So Transgressor from Japan, Cenotaph from Mexico, Acheron from Australia, Macabre from Sweden. It's kind of just a sampler of like all these bands, like one song, but there's so much good music. I mean, you can just throw this on and you're just fucking awesome shit, man. Another classic. Alright, next up we're going to get into hugely influential comp for me growing up, and that's the Eyes of Death comp on Century Media. I believe, yes, Century Media. Eyes of Death comp. I have this on cassette too. Technically it's in the Eyes of Death, but this has Unleashed, 3 songs by Unleashed, 2 by Asphyx, 2 by Tiamat, a couple by Morgoth, 3 by Grave, and 3 by Loud Blast. So just fucking, this is super influential. First time I've heard Unleashed, Asphyx, Tiamat, Morgoth, Grave. Wow, first time I heard all these bands. Maybe not Grave. I think I had the demo before this. I'm not positive. But definitely not these songs. These were off the record. So this was right before they dropped their debut records. So just fucking amazing shit. Probably one of the best death metal comps ever released. But there's a lot, so... But, yeah, fucking just untouchable. Speaking of untouchable, we have Projections of a Stained Mind. Such a rad comp. This was on MBR, I believe. or CBR, sorry. You have Entombed, Mayhem, Grotesque, Therion, House of Usher, hugely underrated band, Merciless, Unleashed, Nirvana, 2002, Chronic Decay, Dismember, all Swedish stuff, I believe, was on this. It's a Swedish comp. Macrodex, Traumatic, Tiamat again, and Skull. So yeah, man, amazing stuff. A lot of this stuff wasn't released at the time, so, and some of it hasn't. I think some of the Mayhem stuff on here wasn't released yet, or never was released. The Dismember stuff, a lot of the stuff was off demos, so just amazing shit. If you can find this for cheap, pick it up. Love to have a vinyl version of this, but for now, CD is cool. But yeah, amazing compilation. Up next, Midnight Offerings 2. This was an underground sampler. King Fowley from Deceased put this out on his label. And it's got bands, all US bands: Incarnus, Enemy Soil, Debauchery, Black Lord, Splint, Northern Lights, Despondent, Blood Coven, Subconscious, Sadistic Torment, Overlord, Grand Belial's Key, Disinterment, Eulogy, Argolist. Just amazing, badass stuff on here. Killer comp, super underground shit. Goes right into this one, which is Midnight Offerings 2. A lot of the same bands are on here. But this is, these were like 94, 95, these came out. I'm still looking for the original first one. But again, on this one, you've got Doomstone, which is King Fowley's band, Terror Squad from Japan, Omnivore, Sadistic Torment, Dissenter, Waste, Northern Lights, Spine, Scab, Sealed Fate, Black Lord. A lot of these bands like never went on to really do much, and this was on Your Teeth Records, which was, I don't know if this was our Wrong Turn. What am I talking about? Yeah, With Your Teeth Records. That's what these were on. I don't know if that was King Fowley's label or he just contributed bands. I remember reading about him, and there is stuff, he has liner notes in there about all the bands and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. Up next, got a couple of black metal jams here. The classic Firestarter. Man, you gotta have this if you don't know black metal. Century Media Black. Century Media Black put this out. This has Old Man's Child, Emperor, Borknagar, Catatonia, Arcturus, Apothemia, Rotting Christ, Ulver, Semael, Tiamat, Opeth. Just chock full of fucking black metal goodness. And what was cool with this, came with that match, so you could burn a church. Yeah, just classic black metal. Killer comp, which leads me into this one on No Colors Records. I like how they wrote this. Extreme black metal. And this has Dimmu Borgir, Vels, Forgotten Woods, Graveland, Falkenbach, and Urgel. And yeah, not much of a cover, but Not much of an insert either. It's just pretty much just a generic sleeve. Picture of some of the releases in there. This was early Dimmu Borgir, obviously, for all tid. But yeah, I think it's just kind of a promo. If you pay more than $6 for this CD, you are an idiot. Okay. I probably didn't. I probably paid $3. I never see this one around. I'm not sure how rare it is, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty rare. Alright, up next, we got a couple bangers. Some Jail America stuff. I gotta take this cover out. Gotta see this. Brutal Aggression. Featuring 15 brutal bands with a skeleton surfing on skeletons. This has Nocturnal, Morpheus Descends, Deteriorate, Vicious Circle, Excruciating Pain, Chiron, Goat Lord, Mortuary, Malicious Onslaught, Mutilation, Doom Snake Cold, Beharit, Dark Half, Excruciation, and Killing Addiction. So pretty much all of Jail America's lineup. So fucking killer comp, which goes along with this one. JL America sampler. This came out in like 93. I don't know which one came out first. This one again has Deteriorate, Morpheus Descends, Killing Addiction, Skeletal Earth, Organic. So it has Organic Infest, Disastrous Murmur, Samael, Blasphemy, Master's Hammer, Immortal, Crucifix, Pyogenesis. So it has a few different bands on here, besides all the same bands that were on the first one. So fucking just awesome fucking comps. Both of these, basically you need these if you're into fucking underground death metal. Both fucking classics. Just really fucking awesome shit. All those bands on there are just amazing. Alright, last few here. We have the Death is Just the Beginning comp part 2. Part 1 is awesome too, but part 2 for me was where it was at. Obviously on Nuclear Blast. This has pretty cool fold out. We've got some Pungent Stench, Gorefest, Defecation, Winter, Mortification, Deceased, Incantation, Monstrosity, Benediction, Master, Hypocrisy, Dismember, Macabre, Amorphous, Righteous Pigs, Brutality, Disharmonic Orchestra, Sinister, Afflicted, Resurrection. Just fucking amazing fucking death metal comp. Especially at the time. Just fucking crazy badass shit. And you can see here I bought it used at the warehouse for $2.99. Warehouse. I recognize the used sticker from the warehouse. I have the VHS too, which I think is just called Death is Just the Beginning. But fucking just obviously classic bands on that. Up next, Seraphic Decay. This is the cassette comp that has everything on it. They did come out with this on CD, but obviously I needed the cassette version. You have the Whole Abhorrence 7-inch, the Acrosticon 7-inch, Goraphobia 7-inch, Toxemia, Disgrace, and Minch 7 inches as well. And this, I believe, was the only cassette that Seraphic Decay ever put out, was this compilation. If you look on Discogs, this is the only thing that comes up on their cassettes. And like I was saying, they came out with the CD, but for some reason the CD is two different CDs. Or no, not the. Is it the CD? I'm not sure. But they did come out with like a comp. I think it's the Polish one. You have to buy two different cassettes to get the whole thing. But this tape has everything all combined onto one, so it's pretty convenient. All right, last but not least, I have one record, and this is the Panteglia comp. And this was an international death metal compilation. As you can see, the bands on there: God Macabre, Malediction, Rotrevor, Disembowelment, Cadaver, Crematory, Pantimonium, Cenotaph, Hider, and Therion. Amazing stuff. This is on MBR, who put out the God Macabre and the, what else did they put out? Crematory. They put out the Crematory, and it comes with a pretty cool like book. You kind of flip through it. You can see some God Macabre. The cool thing about this is the God Macabre song is not off the CD. So Malediction, Rotrevor, Disembowelment, Cadaver. There's the Crematory, Pantimonium, Cenotaph, Hider, or Hider, and Therion. Amazing compilation. And I remember I got this because I ordered it through the mail from the label, and it was super cheap. It was like $5. And I had one at the Crematory, and I ordered the Crematory and this, maybe something else, I don't remember at the time, and I was like, whatever, I'll just grab this. But yeah, great purchase. I don't know if this was ever released on anything but this, but a vinyl only, which is pretty high up there. It's like $80-90 now if you want to get this. But fucking just amazing shit. Check it out. Even if you have to check it out on YouTube, I'll put a link below to all these. Maybe I'll put the years, seeing as I didn't really look into it too much. Just know they're all 90s, except for I believe all the stuff on it's from the 90s, but that Distorted Harmony, that one came out in 2000, but all the stuff on it came out in the 90s. So just classic comps. Let me know in the comments if you have any comps that you loved. I know there's a couple other ones I have that aren't, like I have Eyes of Death. Not Eyes of Death, I'm sorry. At Death's Door, which was a Roadrunner comp. But it just had basically Obituary, Malevolent Creation, that kind of stuff, and I already had those records, so it wasn't a huge influence for me. So I didn't include those kinds of things. I only included the ones that I thought were for me, very influential. Other than that, I'm going to do the thrash one next, and then I'll hit up the hardcore ones. And like I said, these compilations were really important back in the day when we didn't know what bands sounded like. So these things are huge, especially for the bands themselves. Just letting people know what was out there and what was coming out. And also cool shit just to throw on. If you don't want to hear a full album, just throw on a comp, especially the ones that have the full 7 inches on it. You don't have to break out your 7-inch or whatever and try to get all that going and switch over the sides. So actually pretty badass idea. Alright, well, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.